Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
I'm Andrew, and we're brothers, and this is the Daniel and Andrew Show,
where we give our opinions about movies and TV and movies about spies that are not spies that end up being spies that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Do anything fun recently?
No, just getting back into the swing of things. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did something fun. I went to Vegas with you, so I mean,
oh, well, yeah, that was like forever ago now.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. So me and Andrew went to Vegas. He flew out to me, and then we drove to Vegas. And then on the way back, I got sick, and then because I got sick, I gave it to him, and then because he got sick, he gave it to our dad. So lots of good stuff. Everyone was sick. Yeah. So we went leading up to the Super Bowl. We left way before a couple days before the Super Bowl, but so we were sick for a minute there. So we missed a couple weeks here because of that. So, but I mean, I think we had a good time on our trip. We saw lots of good shows. I mean, Cirque du Soleil is always good stuff. No,
the trip was great.
Yeah, we had a good time. I don't think we've had a me and you trip ever. So, but we had a good time. So yeah, that was fun. Being sick, not so much.
Yeah, not so much.
Did you watch anything recently?
Watched season 2 of Reacher.
Any good?
It always starts off good, and then it's like the most generic ending of all time. So,
I thought that show was kind of boring. But I mean, it didn't seem kind of generic show. So, I mean,
like it did good. The story is good for like the first 4 episodes, and then it's like time to do every trope known to man at the end. And Laura's always like, "Oh, this guy's gonna be bad. There's some twist," and there's literally zero twist. It's just
never
like
a twist.
The bad guy is the bad guy, and Reacher is the good guy.
Straightforward. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think there was another show on Amazon where there was an actual twist like that, but I was like, meh. But whatever. I mean, I don't know. I think people just like that show because that guy is jacked and stuff. I mean, he seems like a guy who could take care of business because he's just enormous, man. And I mean, I think the ladies probably like him, so they get wider group of people probably.
I guess
Keeps people's interest enough. I guess that's all I'm saying. I feel like I saw other things, but I don't remember at this point. Other than the movie that we're going to talk about today. All right. Well, you got any news or anything you want to talk about?
No, not particularly, no.
Okay. So, before the Super Bowl, we got the announcement of Moana 2. Now, this was a TV show that they were making, and then they went, wow, this is good. Let's make it a movie. We'll take what we have and piece it together, edit it and make it a movie instead of a TV show. I mean, the TV shows usually on Disney Plus are like short anyway. So you're going from like 4 hours to like probably like a 2 hour movie, or like 3 hours to a 2 hour movie. So it's probably not that difficult, you know. Um, but we don't even know if the stars are coming back, even though, I mean, it would make sense that they would come back, but, um, and it's coming out in like September. So, or like late, like in the fall. So, I mean, it's coming soon, this year, which is crazy. So, um, we'll see how that is. I came home the other day, and he was watching the first Moana. So I watched like the back half of it. It's pretty good movie. I mean, I like the movie already, but yeah, I mean, it's a cool. I like the island setting and everything. So, and the music's pretty good. But Lin-Manuel Miranda's not coming back for the music or anything because it was like a TV show. Um, but I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. But I know that Moana is consistently like the number one thing watched on uh, Disney Plus because, you know, babysitting, putting it on for
You
the kids to watch. So I'm sure this movie will do well. And Disney animation needs a win. So, I mean, they have Pixar has Inside Out too, and this has and Disney has Moana too. So, I mean, they'll probably do pretty decently on the animation front, at least this year. Well, I mean, if the movies are good, if they suck, then maybe not. But um, yeah. All right, let's talk about. So before we went away, we got the announcement that Jurassic World had a new. There's going to be another Jurassic World. Now, when they announced it, they were like, "This story's really good, but we have no director or anything." While we were gone, apparently, they approached David Leitch. David Leitch was like, "Yeah, probably could do that," and then he didn't. But they've landed on a director, and it's Gareth Edwards, who directed Godzilla, Rogue One, and most recently The Creator.
uh,
So he's going to direct the next Jurassic World movie. I'm surprised he got a big franchise movie after making The Creator that really didn't make that much money. But I mean, I liked the movie, and the movie looked good. So I mean, the movie will probably look good. Um, I don't know. Well, hopefully they make it for less
that
money.
movie was super mid. So
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was good. I mean, but I mean, you're not the only one that thought what you thought. So I mean, but I like him, so I'll probably watch it. We'll probably watch it anyway. But yeah. Um, Pretty much all my the rest of my stuff is about directors doing something, like good directors doing movies. So the guy who directed Prey and Ted and Cloverfield Lane is doing another Predator movie. It'll be in the future from Prey time, but it's like a sequel, whatever. I mean, it's a Predator movie called Predator Badlands is what they're calling it, and he's coming back to direct it. And Prey was the first movie we ever talked about on this podcast. So, but I mean, that movie was pretty good, so I'll definitely check out another one. So apparently, the reason why that movie Prey was on Hulu in the first place is because if they were gonna put it in the theaters, but they didn't want to put it in theaters because they had a deal with Fox had a deal with Warner Brothers that it would be streaming on Max afterwards. If they did a theatrical run, so they just put it on Hulu so they could have all the views on it or whatever instead of
Huh.
doing that.
Okay.
Um, so, but this one will be a theatrical movie, and there's no like deal or anything in place. So yeah, but that sounds good. I mean, that guy did made a good movie. Hopefully, it's interesting. I don't know what the hook of it is. Like, the hook of the last one was that it was like not like dudes with guns and stuff. So, um, but I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah. It's I have to see a trailer. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Well, um, what do you think about having a Beatles biopic?
I don't mean I don't watch any biopics, so I mean to add it to the list of things I don't watch.
You didn't see Bohemian Rhapsody,
Nope.
Rocket Man?
Nope. I
Uh,
probably would have watched the Bohemian Rhapsody one because Queen.
yeah,
But yeah, like the Beatles interest me less than that one. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad it interests you less because they're gonna make four of them.
oh, that's good.
Four for each member of the Beatles. They're going to make a biopic.
No, wow. Okay.
So Sam Mendes, who directed 1917 and a couple James Bond movies, Skyfall and Spectre, he is going to direct four biopics for each member of the Beatles. Um,
I'm sure someone in the world will watch all of those.
yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone will want to see the one about Paul and John, and then no one will. I don't think anyone's like, oh man, I can't wait for the George one, the George Harrison biopic. Like, I mean, it's gonna be the disparity and probably people seeing each one would probably be crazy.
Mm.
Um, but I mean, and how do you like split the music up? I guess like, um, because I'm sure they would have the music in it. So I don't know.
No, I mean,
It sounds like a bad idea to me. To make four of them, but I mean, Sam Mendes is a good director. I mean, I liked pretty much every movie I've seen that he's made. Um,
I feel
so
like they could just combine two of them into one and do like two movies or something.
yeah, or do like a TV show
Yeah, a
and
TV show would be good. Yeah.
mini series, and you could do one about each one or something if you wanted to do it that way. Um, but I don't know. Sounds weird. Uh, sounds like a plan that could backfire, but whatever.
Well, we're trying to milk the Beatles. I mean,
Oh yeah, well, I mean, and I'm sure it's not cheap to milk the Beatles because the Beatles
yeah.
they make a lot of money. All right. So Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are reteaming for a movie. But the different there's something interesting about the deal that Ryan Coogler made. So Ryan Coogler will make this movie for Warner Brothers. But the catch is in 25 years, the rights will go back to Ryan Coogler. So then he can do whatever he wants with it. So he gets like, he'll basically make the money for it later. Um, the last time a deal like this was made was when the original Star Wars came out and George Lucas was like, I want the rights to the toys. And they were like, who wants toys for a movie? That's stupid. And that's where he made all his money, George Lucas. So basically, Ryan Coogler's like, I'm going to set up a safety net for myself and I can, 25 years, make this movie. And if it's a franchise, I don't know what the movie's about or anything, but It thought it was kind of an interesting story there or deal that he's made that
Must
basically.
be. Watch it just be a dumpster fire of a movie.
I
And
mean, Ryan Coogler hasn't made a bad movie yet, but yeah, I guess it is possible. There,
what
but
movies did he make?
Creed, he made Black Panther, uh, Fruitvale
He
Station.
made that last Creed. That was nothing to write home about.
No, Michael B. Jordan directed that movie. Ryan Coogler did the first two.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, the first one was nominated for a bunch of Oscars, and Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture. I mean, Fruitvale Station's a good movie. Um, I mean, Ryan Coogler's made some good stuff, so we'll see. I don't know what the story is or anything, but whatever this new original thing will be, he'll get the rights and basically make the money after 25 years. So just thought that was weird and a different story and something that does not happen in
Yeah.
like
Guess
50
we'll see
years.
what the movie is.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right. And the final one, we finally, after all this time of going, I like this person and this person should be good. And oh, I heard this person got it. The Fantastic Four casting was revealed on Valentine's Day. And to that, I say, eh.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Pedro Pascal. But I mean, I get plenty of Pedro Pascal these days. I don't know. I don't think I needed him as Mr. Fantastic. Vanessa Kirby, when I heard they were talking about her a long time ago, I wasn't that jazzed about it. I mean, she was decent in the most recent Mission Impossible, but I find her pretty generic. The guy from The Bear is going to be the thing. I mean, I like him. A cousin is going to be the thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that's probably the one I'm the most I like the most, because I think he's a good actor. But I don't know. I mean, he's going to be all either in makeup or CGI the rest of the time. So I mean, and then the one I'm least jazzed about is the guy who's Johnny Storm. I was like, that guy's kind of. I was like, this guy is kind of whatever. And I guess we really have a tough time finding Americans to playing Americans, because I think that guy's British, and I think Vanessa Kirby's British too. So
Yeah. I don't know. They're trying to compare Pedro Pascal to like Robert Downey as well. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know.
why?
Because since like Marvel's in a rut, he'll be like the Robert Downey Jr. to carry the mantle into the
Oh,
future.
interesting. Okay. I mean, I like Pedro Pascal. I think Pedro Pascal is pretty good in everything, except, well, I mean, no, yeah, no, that movie is just bad. Wonder Woman 1984 was just a bad movie. It's not really his fault.
Yeah. I think he was not great in Kingsman, but I don't think that was a good movie either. So
Oh, I thought he was fine in the movie. I just thought, yeah, the movie wasn't as strong. The second Kingsman, The Golden Circle.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I honestly forgot about that movie with him in it. I mean, he's the Mandalorian. I never saw The Last of Us, but I heard it's great. There's that movie with him and Nicolas Cage where it's literally Nicolas Cage is playing Nicolas Cage. He was actually pretty good in that movie, and they have good chemistry in that. I don't know. No, none of these people really, I don't think, will get butts and seats, though. That's my problem. I mean, they were apparently they wanted Adam Driver and Margot Robbie, but they wanted too much money. So, um,
How weird. Okay.
I mean, I would have liked that duo over, you know.
I wouldn't have wanted any of them. I don't know.
I mean, people wanted John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. Don't think Emily Blunt even wanted to be in it. So, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know why not. She does movies like similar to that already, anyways.
I guess, but I don't know. I'm fine with her not being in it, but I mean, this was a tough. I think getting four people that everyone like is a tough job anyway. But I mean, eh. Well, I'll have to see a trailer or something like you say. I mean, but yeah, they had this for Valentine's Day, and I was like, because this was like kind of the rumored cast for a while anyway, probably because they probably signed the deal a while ago.
Yeah.
Because this was the rumored cast for a while, but I don't know. But it's coming out next year, I think. So they had to get on that soon. I mean, they're filming soon, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah.
Apparently, I think a lot of the Fantastic Four, Marvel stuff is in flux anyway. I mean, Daredevil got completely retooled, and there's been cast photo leaks of the Foggy and Karen and all those people coming back for being on the show, and what's the other one? The Captain America, the next one, they've reshot a bunch of that, and like there was going to be the Serpent Society, I think is what it was called, and there was like a wrestler who was going to be like a current wrestler, and he was going to be in the movie, and because they retooled the movie, all of that is gone now, so that guy's not even going to be in the movie anymore. So I mean, Marvel has been switching up their stuff like crazy, so I'm not surprised that we're getting people who are not that exciting to be Fantastic Four. I mean, they're not exciting currently. Maybe they're all going to be great and the movie's going to rock, but I mean, the last two iterations of Fantastic Four haven't set the world on fire. So, I mean,
yeah. Well,
so we'll see.
Here's the hope, and I do like the Fantastic Four. So
yeah, me too. But we'll see. All right, let's get into our trailers here. The trailer train is long and winding today. All right, so there's this little thing called the Super Bowl. I don't know if you've heard of it, but that's usually the time where trailers come out.
Yeah, quite a few.
So we'll go through those first, and then we can get into some other ones as well. So there was a trailer for I think it came out a little before the Super Bowl, maybe a couple days before, but A Quiet Place Day 1. We got an actual trailer for that. I've never seen them, so I mean,
it doesn't look like you need to see the first two for this one.
Okay,
but it looks pretty generic, like aliens attacking sort of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I didn't see the first two because I don't like Emily Blunt, and then it was like silent, and it was also a horror movie. I was like, I'm good.
I mean, I guess it's a horror, but it's very loose horror. It's more like a thriller.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would be fine with them. I remember when that first movie came out, some people were like, that movie was great. And some people came out of that movie and was like, That movie sucked so much. It was so boring and quiet the whole time. And I was like, it's called A Quiet Place.
Mm.
There's no one's talking in this movie. It's like,
I
yeah,
thought it was good. I don't think it was like really that crazy like people were saying like this is so different sort of thing, but
yeah. Well, some people have no attention span or anything. So, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, Lupita Nyong'o, she's a great actress, Oscar-winning actress. So I mean,
I
we'll
just
see.
feel like they could have gotten anyone to run away and scream. So
Yeah, but I think this one there'll be a more talking and stuff because they're not like
yeah,
because it's
for sure.
yeah. So that can there could be more acting going on there. I just know that it's a good actor. I mean, and she's good in everything. So I mean, what was that horror movie I saw with her in it? Us, Jordan Peele's movie Us. She was great in it. So I mean, she's done horror movies before, but so we'll see. I know John Krasinski's not even directing it, but he's slap his name on it thing, because it's his
Yeah,
IP or whatever. So
I'm sure he's making money off of it.
I'm sure he is. I think because he has If coming out this year, and he made that instead. I mean, we got like a little bit of that. There's like a little, whatever TV spot or whatever you want to call it for that, but was it new or interesting enough to talk about it? But so yeah. Let's see, what else did we get? We got a trailer for Twisters. Very different from Twisters. This is the sequel. From a movie from the 90s. What'd you think of that trailer?
Look pretty dumb.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think the first movie's dumb. I don't really like disaster movies. I think they're kind of stupid. At what you didn't think the tornadoes are connecting. Oh my god! You didn't think that was cool? Twin twisters. And I call them tornadoes, so it's like they're like, let's go for the twister. I mean, sounds weird for me. But yeah. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people in it. To Glenn Powell and I think Sydney Sweeney's in that too. And they were just in a movie together. The guy who's gonna be Superman, David Corenswet's in this movie. There was other people that I can't remember now for some reason. They've all left my brain. But I don't know. It's a sequel to a movie that I don't care about. So I mean, I makes sense why I'm not like it didn't pique my interest really. There was no cow in a tornado in this trailer, so that's there's
I feel like
severely
no one
lacking
was
in that.
asking for the sequel either. I don't know why they're making this.
Oh yeah, I agree. The guy who directed this movie directed a movie that was nominated for Best Picture a couple of years ago, and it was like this small like family drama. So it's weird that he's gonna now make a movie about twisters, but I mean, we'll see.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's asking for it either. I mean, it's probably like a cult movie, the first one. But I mean, it could be good. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, what else? Wicked. Trailer came out for Wicked. I mean, I'm excited. I like musicals. It is a musical. You can't super tell from the trailer, of course, because that's what we do now. We don't really show that it's a musical, even though Wicked's like the biggest musical, one of the highest grossing musicals of all time, one of the longest running musicals of all time. Um, so I mean, if you don't know it's a musical, you're kind of dumb. But
I mean, it literally has Ariana Grande in it, so she's
yeah, I mean,
probably singing.
yeah, not really not super known for being an actress. So yeah, I think you should probably yeah. Um, that is the only person I'm not super like. She's not that great of an actress, so I mean, they got her because she's a star and a name, and people
I
like
mean, and
her.
the movie's gonna sell just because she's in it, so
I mean, yeah,
she's a huge star.
yeah, she's a huge star. I mean, this is like a lot of people's favorite musical. It's like I said, one of the biggest musicals of all time. So I think it's going to do well. Um, uh, yeah. So we'll see. Um, I think it looks pretty good. It looks nice. Um, so they're making the musical into two movies. It's going to be, this is part one, even though they're
Ugh.
not selling it as part one. I mean, this musical really does lend itself to two movies. I mean, it's just like a book, where you have a halfway point. I mean, it'll work as a movie by itself. It tells a complete story. It's basically it'll be the first act of the musical, which is like has a beginning, middle, and end. I know I've seen it more than once. So,
I don't
um,
know. It looked boring to me, but it's whatever.
I mean, you've seen The Wizard of Oz, so like
Yeah, I know what kind of was
this
going
is.
on, I guess.
I mean, this is before The Wizard of Oz. This is a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. That's what Wicked is. Um, well, I mean, of it's not actually a prequel, but this is like a different timeline, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, whatever. You could
Okay.
call it a companion piece to Wizard of Oz, but it's good. I mean, Cynthia Erivo is great, and she's going to be the lead and then Ariana Grande will play Glinda, and so we'll see how it goes. The director directed In the Heights, which I liked, but he also directed like Now You See Me Too, and something else that was bad that I can't remember off the top of my head. So he's made some good stuff, and he's made some not. Oh, Crazy Rich Asians. He directed that. I know people like that movie, but I think that movie kind of blows. So,
I have
um,
I have seen that movie, and yeah, it was all right.
yeah, pretty boring, I think. Anyway, so we'll see. I mean, I'm excited for it. I got what's her name, Michelle Yeoh in there as well. Jeff Goldblum plays the wizard, so we'll see. All right. What else? The own Godzilla versus Kong, or Godzilla X Kong. Sorry, A New Empire. There's a trailer for that. What you think of that?
I mean, I haven't seen any of them other than the first Kong, and now they're on a team. It's just
Yeah,
like so, like I don't know. It just feels like a kids' TV show or something, but they decided to make it into movies.
yeah. I mean, it kind of is. I mean, you didn't see Godzilla versus Kong? I thought that's a pretty fun movie.
No, it's just like Transformers Michael Bay for me or something. Like,
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a step above that, but I mean, not a huge step, not like, a leap or anything, but
yeah, I seriously have no interest in it. We might watch it for a review, but yeah,
yeah.
I will tell you, I'm not watching the previous ones to watch this one. That's for
I
sure.
mean, I think the only one you might want to watch is that one, just because it's like literally a direct sequel to that one. But I don't think you need to watch like Godzilla and Godzilla King of Monsters, and there's several movies. I mean, I don't think you need to watch all of those. I think maybe the one right before, because they like this plot points of this movie that is directly because of that movie. So you might be like,
Whatever.
what's going on on for a certain things? But I mean, you don't have to. No
I
one's
really
making you do
doubt it.
anything.
Man,
Um,
just two
no, you
monsters
will.
team,
No, you
two
will.
monsters team up to fight some other thing.
Godzilla
That's the
versus Kong. They like go into the earth. It's and
what
like
I
they go
need to
through
know the
like this
backstory
weird
on
like
that. That
they
is
go through
crazy.
into the earth and then like go through like a wormhole in the earth. I don't know. It's super weird. It
Nah,
doesn't make a lot of sense.
it's
Um,
typical.
typical. Anyway, that's fine. I mean, you don't have to. Um, but I mean, a good movie's you should be able to not watch other things to have to enjoy it. But we'll see. All right. So the big one that came out of the Super Bowl is, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. Which Deadpool 3 and then the official title, Deadpool and Wolverine. So originally, apparently, it was going to be Deadpool and Friend was the original title, but they decided to change that to
Yeah,
Deadpool
I
and
mean,
Wolverine.
it's probably better to market it as Wolverine. So
Yeah, I mean, Wolverine will get people in the door, but it is funnier if it's just Deadpool and Friend. But
yeah, I see it. Yeah,
yeah. But so what'd you think of this? Because this is our first official look,
yeah. This
other than
is
leaked crap. But
this was our most anticipated movie of this year.
yeah, I
I
think a
think
lot of
it's
people.
I think it's still there. I don't think like this trailer turned me off. It definitely looks better than any other Marvel trailer I've seen in a while. So, um, and they really didn't show like too much on the plot or anything. It's just like some things happening with like the TVA or something, I guess.
Yeah,
And
I mean that was the only thing that was like okay, because the TVA, none of the people we've seen before are there at the TVA. TVA looks sort of different. The outfits that they're wearing, that the
yeah,
agents are wearing, look different. It's not Owen Wilson. It's the guy from Succession.
yeah. If it
Uh,
had been Owen Wilson, it would have been a lot better.
yeah, I mean, I think apparently it was maybe he was supposed to be in the movie and maybe changed it. I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff. I mean, now they did it during the strikes, the writer strike, and then they had to stop it because of the actor strike, obviously. But so we'll see what happened there. I mean, they could do ADR. He's wearing a mask and everything, but um, uh, I don't know. I mean, the joke about pegging was funny, and I mean, it kind of set the tone in the beginning of the trailer there. Um, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I know I'm just just
Ugh.
due to the fact of where Marvel has been recently gives me pause about this movie, but that's the only reason. I mean, Ryan Reynolds has basically made his whole thing now that he's Deadpool. I mean, with his marketing and everything, it's just kind of he is Deadpool and Deadpool it is him kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um, but so I mean, I know he cares about the character, so we'll see. I mean, I'm cool with all the Fox people coming back. You know, the X-Men and maybe Daredevils and Electros and whatever. We'll
yeah.
see other people
Well,
who
yeah,
know.
we'll see.
We'll see who other people show up. I mean, obviously, I mean, we better see some timeline differences that are actually different, not just like this person has a mustache in this timeline. But we'll see how that works. Um,
I don't know. That stuff doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you. So
I don't know. It's just stupid. What's the point of doing any of that if you don't change anything? It'd be like, Daniel, you're from an alternate timeline and you have uh, black hair instead of brown. It's like, what? Okay. Wow. Big difference. Just stupid and a waste of time in my mind. But I mean, I like Deadpool. I'm definitely going to see the movie, obviously. We're excited about the movie. I mean, the jokes landed. Um, and I'm excited to see Hugh Jackman. So, cool. All right. Other trailers. Speaking of X-Men, X-Men 97, the continuation of the animated series from the 90s that they're putting on Disney Plus. What'd you think of that? Anything?
Yeah, mid. I mean, I like that show, but I mean, you're you're too late. I mean, it's not the '90s anymore. Uh, I don't know. I mean, it'll be for kids mostly, I assume. I mean, I don't think. I guess maybe adults might be wanting to watch this, but
Oh, yeah. I mean, people that grew up on it will probably want to watch it.
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be that much of like a Disney Plus pusher or anything. So
Gonna have that sweet song.
watch it
But
get
yeah.
canceled again.
Well, I mean, it probably, I don't even think it would be, I don't think they're going to really like, we're going to do a continuation here and then we're going to do this for like 10 years. I just don't, I'm sure
You think
it'll be like,
it'll just be like one season and that's it?
I don't know about one season. I could see like, kind of like the Bad Batch. They had 3 seasons, something like that, like two or three seasons.
I mean, someone must be watching that stuff because I didn't watch the Bad Batch season 2 or 3, and I mean, someone must be watching it.
I don't think 3's come out yet, or maybe it has. I don't know. I don't care. I haven't watched them, so any of it.
Yeah,
I haven't ever really watched the Clone Wars, which is where those characters came from.
sort of come from. Yeah,
They were kind of shoved in there because they wanted to make
they
a
were
show.
literally shoved in the last season that
Season.
Disney made.
Yeah, right. Makes sense.
So, like, really, I mean, they are clones, but it has nothing to do with Clone Wars for me.
I don't know. The Disney Star Wars animation, a lot of it has been good. So I might maybe I would like it. I don't know. I haven't seen
I
it.
mean, the
so.
animation's good. I just don't
I
think
know
the
the
story is
animation.
particularly interesting at all. So, yeah. I mean, it was like one of them was like, we should join the Empire. And the rest of the team was like, no, you idiot. And
Well, wouldn't they would be the Bad Batch then if they were actually bad. I mean,
well, they were the Bad Batch because they were like the misfit clones that
got it. That makes
they
more
don't
sense.
have something wrong with them, but it's actually their like thing or whatever.
Cool. Well, that's never been done before. All right. Let's talk about. Let's get into our Netflix corner here. Let's talk about Damsel.
I mean, I saw this trailer a while back now. I don't know why this lady's still getting work, honestly. I don't think she's that great of an actress.
I mean, she's on a huge show. That's why.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really just Netflix stuff that she's getting. And that was a Netflix show. But this movie looked dumb to me. They just yeeted her off a bridge. Close your eyes. And just, I don't know. I don't know where the story is coming from. Maybe it's a book or something, and I don't know.
Probably not. It's probably just a thing that someone made up. Instead of someone coming to save her, she's just doing it herself. I mean, looks fine. I don't think it looks bad. I just think it looks
I don't know. I just don't like her specifically, so it really disinterests me. So
Oh, that's too bad. I mean, I think she's pretty good, actually.
I think she's like funny in real life because I've seen her in interviews for other
Yeah,
stuff. So I think
yeah,
she's actually a pretty fun person and stuff, but I just
yeah.
don't think she's a good actress.
Well, I mean, I think it looks like just a lot of the Netflix stuff, which is mid things that go under the radar and come out and then are never spoken of again. But that's like half of the content on Netflix.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll hit like number one on the top 10 on Netflix and it'll be good. People watch it for like that 2 week, 3 week period. And
Right.
then, you know,
Unless it's really good, then people will talk about it a lot and they'll make a sequel. I don't know how you would
yeah,
make a sequel to this, but I mean, who knows? I don't know. It could be good. Could be horrible.
you just toss her down a different hole.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's kind of action adventure. I mean,
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I thought Enola Holmes was horrible and they made a second one of that.
Yeah, I know. I know you didn't like Enola Holmes. I thought it was decent. It's cute enough. Um, all right. Now let's talk about the other Netflix thing, which is Shirley. This is about Shirley Chisholm, the first black woman who ran for president. Um, she was also the first black woman to be a member of Congress. What'd you think of the trailer?
Nah, it looks fine. Just looks like a movie. Not for me, though. I don't. Talking and politician stuff and just
Yeah,
I'm sure it's one of those movies that's probably a good movie and good acting. It's just so not for me.
yeah. I think the story piques my interest. I mean, it's a story that hasn't been told before, at least not in like a movie form. I think. Um, I mean, Regina King is an Oscar winner. She's a good actress. There's other good actors in it. One of Lance Reddick's last performances in this
Yeah.
movie. I mean, I think it looks pretty good.
I mean, it's
Was
definitely Oscar bait. That's for
I
sure.
mean,
They're trying to make it Oscar bait. You can't tell me that they're not
yeah.
going for it.
I mean, if they had put this out, if they're putting it out in March, which is literally right after the Oscars. So I mean, yes, but no, because if they had put this out in December, then yeah, I would say yeah, 100%. But no one's gonna remember this come Oscar time next year if they're putting it out at the end of March.
I guess.
I mean, yeah, yes, but they probably just wasn't good enough for that, so they probably put it out later. But because they probably would have held it if they thought it could do something. But I mean, I'll probably check it out. It looks pretty good. So I'm not familiar with the director off the top of my head. They showed like his name in like big, and I was like, I don't know who that is. So, um, that was it's called Shirley. Was the movie? Let's see here. I'm trying to see who directed this. John Ridley. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Terrence Howard's in the movie as well. John Ridley. He's won an Oscar, it says. Oh, okay. He produced 12 Years a Slave. Okay, well, that makes sense then, why they would put his name on it. That won Best Picture. Uh, did he direct it? He wrote it. Okay. So he's made some Oscar winning things. That's why people are talking about it. All right. That was everything other than our last one, which came out literally this morning, which is Borderlands. Now, I don't really like the games, but I think I've played all three of them. and this trailer is all over the place.
You don't like Jumanji 3?
I mean, there's no rock in this movie.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like the same tone. I guess it's a
I
little darker, but I mean, it's like a video game, and then what's his head is
yeah, it's
Kevin
based
Hart
off a
is
video
just
game.
like,
Kevin Hart's in it, and Jack Black is a voice. Yeah,
yeah.
I can see where you think. Yeah, I was thinking more like crappy Guardians, but
Yeah, I don't know why they got. I mean, Kate Blanchett's a good actress. It just seems like a weird choice. At least compared to the video game person,
oh,
she's like 20 or something in the game or something.
oh, I don't remember it at all. Um, yeah, it looked like crappy Guardians, even with a song that's in one of the Guardians movies with over the trailer. I mean, it's in the second one, I believe.
If you say so, I didn't remember that, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Crappy Guardians, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm also, I mean, Eli Roth is directing it, and he's only directed like horror, like really nasty horror movies, like Hostel. So,
Okay.
I mean, this one is probably, I think, is PG-13, but they're like aliens or whatever, so you can have them like be like have orange blood or something instead of red blood,
Yeah,
so you can get away with people blowing up huge monsters
yeah.
and stuff. I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna
uh
see this one, but I'm not like a huge Borderlands fan. But
yeah,
that's
I mean, it's a video game movie, so I'm probably gonna watch it because see most of those. um I mean, I like the people in it, Jamie Lee Curtis and stuff, and it is a game I have played before. So, um, I don't know. I don't know. Did any of the jokes land for you? They didn't really land for
no, not
me.
really.
I mean, Kevin Hart just does the same thing and everything, even though I think more recently he's trying to say like I'm gonna do something else, and then he's not.
I think
So,
Kevin Hart's hilarious. I'm one of his fans for
I
sure.
mean, I think he's
I
funny,
didn't
but
find it funny though. I didn't find this one funny.
I feel like he just does the same thing, just yelling and whatever. I mean, it's fine. It's funny. He is funny, but this didn't make. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kate Blanchett, Jack Black. I mean, Ariana Greenblatt seems kind of weird. I don't. She's going for like I'm spunky or whatever, and it's not. I don't think it's super working for her.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think most likely when we see this movie, you're going to be like, that girl was annoying. Um, but that's what I think is probably going to happen. But, I feel like I already know what this movie is. I mean, it is it is what like based off the game, and it's,
Yeah,
it's pretty straightforward. So whatever, we'll see. I don't know. This didn't, I mean, it seems like Borderlands, but we'll see. All right, that was all the trailers. Lots of trailers, like I said.
quite a few. Yeah.
Are you ready to get into the old movie from a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So this week, our movie topic is Argylle. We thought about talking about other movies, but didn't really want to see Madam Web, and I mean, I think this was the best option. What'd you think of Argylle?
I thought it was good overall. There's definitely better acts and worse acts, that's for sure, in my opinion. But just generally, this guy's movies, they almost always go like this for me. um, where the act 3 is just so out there that you completely lose me. Um, and I think this also falls under that category, but I still think it was a good movie overall.
So I think when he doesn't write the movie is worse. He did not write this movie. Some other guy wrote it who's written bad stuff. His other movies are not good. Uh, so I don't know why he didn't just write it. Matthew Vaughn, I mean, like he wrote like Kingsman is a much better movie. Um, I still thought this movie was decent overall, and yeah, the third act is by far the worst. It was like, what's going on? It just goes a little off the deep end and is weird. Uh, Ice skating. Uh,
Yeah,
and
no. So dumb. So
there's
dumb.
just some weird stuff in the movie. Uh, there was a lot of twists in the movie that were weird.
It wasn't even like a few. It was like twist, 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 twist. Very like,
No, there was several twists. There was like I would say about three big twists, and I was like, "What?"
yeah.
For a couple. um, I mean, I like. Okay, so here's the things I like. I like Sam Rockwell. Always. I mean, he's great at everything. He was good in this movie. He's probably for me, probably the best part of the movie is him. He can sell even, mediocre material. He's an Oscar winner. I liked like the all the spy stuff and the action was good. Um, I mean, Bryan Cranston was good, but he's just kind of generic. Catherine O'Hara did a good job because I think she's funny. She's in Schitt's Creek. What else? Sam Jackson's fine. I feel like there's other people in this movie. I mean, Henry Cavill's there with, but he's not in it that much.
He's not in it that much. I thought for what he did do in it, it was fine. Like it wasn't bad.
Yeah, she's like, he is her representation of the spy or whatever, like a cool spy. And John Cena's there and Ariana DeBose is in there for like 2 minutes. I mean, she just like kind of shows up. I mean, Dua Lipa makes sense why they only had her in the very beginning because she's not an actress. Honestly, the biggest problem was Bryce Dallas Howard as basically our lead. Should have got somebody else. I thought of somebody who I think we're just gonna into spoilers because I don't really feel like
it is kind of hard
around
to dance around it.
Yeah. I mean, well, we can give our ratings if you want.
Okay,
and then we can get into spoilers. Okay, I'm going to take a third off because of the third act. So I'm going to say 7 because I did enjoy the movie. I was enjoying the movie like fully until the third act. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 7
as well. I think if they had actually done a good ending, this could have been an 8. For sure.
I think if it was a good ending, it could have been higher than an 8. I mean, I like Kingsman a lot. So if it was, I think Kingsman is like a 9, that first one. So yeah, I mean, and he's like trying to set up universe with all his little characters or whatever.
In the first Kingsman, there's some weird things that happen at the end. That
I mean, yes, but I feel like that one fit that like I don't
I
think
agree
anything
with
was.
you. It's by far the best one, but it is not. It still has the weird third act for some reason.
It has a
It,
weird third act, but I feel like it's set up enough in that it's not just like, okay, now things are happening that are stupid.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we let's get into spoilers here. So she loses her memory and then they brainwash her or whatever. Um, but I don't see Bryce Dallas Howard as the actual agent
Well, you
part.
don't see that?
Now,
I think they
someone,
made some horrible wardrobe choices for her too, and it makes it even dumber.
yeah, she looked kind of frumpy. Uh,
Should they like put her in the gold dress in the ice skating thing?
yeah, sort of, yeah, similar to the
And
one the girl wears in the beginning. Yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to like call back to that. And it
Yeah.
was just, it didn't. I mean, the scene was stupid already, and then she's doing it in this weird dress slash bulletproof vest thing. It just
Yeah.
was a really weird wardrobe choice.
Yeah. That was a weird, that ice skating thing is so stupid. It, I was, so
It
it,
is so dumb.
right
And they're
before
like,
their,
we can't shoot. And then at the end, she decides to literally do a tornado of bullets.
yeah. So before that, they're throwing like colorful smoke or whatever and shooting. That was stupid. I was
That
like,
was
oh,
stupid.
I was like, we're raring up the engine to jump the shark here, and then they jumped the shark with the ice skating thing on oil, which made no sense. Um, yeah, so it was weird. I was like, what's going on? I was laughing. It was this is not the this is not the first time recently where I've laughed out loud, and it's not because I think the movie is funny. Is that I'm like, people are gonna go, "What is this?" and
Yeah.
be like, "This is bad." Um, I was laughing really hard during that. I was like, "What is going on?" And she does like, yeah, it does like the spin, the really fast ice skating. She's like, I was an ice skater or whatever. It's like, but they like kind of set it up previously, but not really. Um, yeah. So, and yeah, I don't see Bryce Dallas Howard as an agent. So I was thinking about who I thought might have been a better choice, who you could actually see being like, just like the book writer or whatever, and then also being like an agent or whatever. Um, and I thought, what do you think about if it was Scarlett Johansson? Would you believe it more?
I mean, I would believe it more, but I don't think that's that much better. But
I
I
think,
mean, she was Black Widow at least, so I mean that helps.
yeah, I think if it was Scarlett Johansson, I think it would have helped. And also, I mean, Scarlett Johansson's a star, so people would have liked that, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
I see what you're saying, but
I
yeah,
mean, Bryce Dallas Howard doesn't get anybody in the theater.
it yeah, like the first half, it worked with her when she's just being like, "Oh, this is crazy," blah blah blah, and but with the twist of her being an agent is what throws it all out the window. Like your first half was fine. Her being an agent is the part I just like,
Yeah, because you don't see her possibly being an agent. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So I think like if it was like a Scarlett Johansson, you could be like, okay, I could see that.
yeah,
I think if you pick somebody like that, you could see would make more sense. That was her casting was the wrong choice. I don't think she did a bad job, really. I mean, she's fine, but I just think she was miscast. Um, Yeah, I mean, I knew what this movie was going to be about. It wasn't going to be Henry Cavill, whatever. I know people were like, this is misleading. I was like, well, the trailer is him saving her, and just like, well, you've been writing about stuff. It's like, I knew what this movie was going to
I
be.
didn't think
So,
it was misleading. People just
yeah, people just like,
fanboys that go
yeah,
crazy for people.
just like Henry Cavill. I mean, I don't know. Henry Cavill is fine. I mean, you're gonna get that movie later this year with that Guy Ritchie movie, so you can just watch that, watch him kill people or whatever. So,
Yeah.
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 Um, I don't know. I really don't have that much to say about this movie, which is too bad because I like him. And I
I
was
will say
excited
another
about this
problem with the
movie.
third act, they do that whole ice skating thing, and
Yeah,
then they're like, let's go upload the Dinglebot,
yeah,
and they go upload it, and then they're like, this is the second time they have to upload it, by the way. She already tried to upload it once already.
right.
And she goes to the mainframe, and then it's like, oh, you can't do it here. You actually have to go to the top of the boat. And then there's a
Yeah,
whole nother scene there that is
yeah,
just, man, the movie was like just dragging. And
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I mean, it's like 20 minutes too long. It's like a 2 hour and 20-minute movie. If it was like just under 2 hours, it would have been fine. I mean, I like, I mean, his characters I like, and I mean, I like spy stuff, always have. I mean, and it was like, everything was fun, and it was at like, everything feel really real, like the places that they were at and everything. Um, the only CGI-ness I felt was when they're like doing ridiculous fighting and stuff. Obviously, that was a lot of CGI, but it didn't. They felt like they were in real places. It didn't feel like they were in like a big blue green screen box. Like I feel like a lot of movies are now.
mm,
Um, I don't know. I just feel like these people sold it more for me than, I mean, I feel like Sam Rockwell sells it more for me than some other people would. I feel like everybody in this movie I like, other than I think Bryce Dallas Howard was miscast. I like all the people in it. So if it was like a bunch of people I didn't like, I think I probably would be harder on the movie. But because it's like Sam Rockwell and Sam Jackson and Bryan Cranston and John Cena and stuff, like, I like it more. That's probably why.
mm.
I mean, the music was good as they are in his movies. Action was fun. The train sequence is fun, and
Yeah, like I said, the first and second acts are pretty good.
yeah,
They were funny, and yeah, but yeah, they just lose me on all the dumb twists of like her parents or whatever. Like the bad guys are her parents' twist, and then there's too many dumb twists that are just so useless.
her name is Rachel Kyle.
Yeah,
R. Kyle. R.
Rachel or
Kyle.
Kyle.
R.
Yeah.
Kyle. Oh, yeah. So I don't know. Movie was fine. Movie was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, and yeah, they try to set up, like, I think they're trying to set up that this is in the same world as Kingsman.
That's what I found confusing because Sam Jackson's in both of them, and he was the
Yeah,
bad guy.
yeah. Well, I guess he's a different person. I don't know, but she's drinking a drink. It's literally the Statesman drink or whatever in a
Yeah.
can, and then but then Argyle, like the character,
Yeah,
has
that
this.
person's a real person, actually.
But is he? I don't know, because the ending makes no sense. And then they have like a thing where he like goes to the Kingsman like bar or whatever, and he's like, "My name's Robbie Argylle," or whatever his name is. So I don't know. They're like trying to connect them. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
It's definitely a stretch. I agree with you, but
yeah.
with what I saw at the end, I honestly didn't care anymore. So do whatever you want.
Now, would you have just preferred them doing Henry Cavill's a spy movie?
Oh, yeah, I would have
Yeah.
preferred it. I mean, I liked Sam Rockwell, though. So, I mean,
I think if you had just done Henry Cavill's a spy movie with, and then Sam Rockwell's like a rival spy or something, that would have probably been
yeah,
better.
probably would be better. Yeah.
I mean, and they could always still do that. So,
Well, I think that's what they were setting up. They're setting up some Henry Cavill movie and
yeah,
as a Kingsman or something.
I had no idea. We'll see. I don't know. This movie bombed pretty much, so I doubt we'll even get that. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, I like Matthew Vaughn, so we'll see what else he'll do. I don't know what the plan is here.
For me, he's at 3 strikes, you're out. So,
What's 3 strikes for you?
I mean, Kingsman 2. I guess it's Kingsman 3, whichever one that had the dude.
Yeah, the Kingsman.
Yeah, that one was bad, and this one was all right. So I guess if you don't want to call this one an X, but I mean, I think
I would say all 3 of those, none of those are an X for me. I would say they're all right or good.
I didn't
or
even
fine.
finish that third one, so that one is for sure an X for me.
I think the Golden Circle, King of the Golden Circle, is worse than the Kingsman.
I don't know. Then and Dad told me the end of that plot because I didn't finish the movie, and I was like, "Wow, that's really dumb." So I'm glad I didn't continue to watch.
I don't think that was stupid or anything. They set up that they wanted to go after Hitler. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Oh, God. No, it was specifically about the son in the movie or whatever or something.
Oh, you didn't even get to that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It was stupid.
That was interesting.
I didn't watch it, honestly.
That was interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So me and Andrew give it a 7. I mean, I think it's still in theaters. You could check it out. I mean, I think it's a fun time. Popcorn, good time movie. I wouldn't say it's like not worth your watch or anything. I think you could have a good time. It's not a bad movie. I think it's a decent.
I think that's
movie.
what would have made a good streaming movie. I wouldn't have been.
I mean, it is
disappointed.
an Apple movie, I think. Right?
Oh, okay. Only watch it on Apple.
Yeah, I think it's an Apple movie, so you can watch it on Apple whenever it comes to Apple. So, I mean, but I think it's good enough. So, yep.
All right. Well, I think this concludes this week's episode. We will see you guys on the next one.
Until then, this has been the Daniel and Andrew Show.